y'all, welcome back. I hope you're having a good January day. I have a little bit of a cold and I have just been freezing. Where I live is not particularly cold, but I am just I get cold easily. So that's like the prevailing feeling or theme of my recent weeks is just, I'm cold. I'm just in like my deep sort of quasi dysthymic, like bundled up, kind of binge watching shows. I've finished a limited series, The Bodyguard. I think it's on Netflix. It's like a British show. It was really good. A tale of political intrigue. Yeah, I'm just kind of like work, watch TV. It's very depressing, but I am going to a show tomorrow, so hopefully that'll get me a little more back in the swing of life. But anyway, I am deciding to try something new, at least new to me on my channel, because I've noticed that no buys and low buys and things like that are really in the zeitgeist right now, or at least that's the kind of content I've been consuming, and thus it's being recommended to me more and more. So yeah, I don't know how many people are really doing this, but it seems like it's becoming more popular, and I'm imagining it's partly because, you know, we still have really bad inflation, and I don't know, I think people are just kind of getting frustrated with the consumerism and just feeling like, you know, you can never really keep up with all things you're supposed to have. And I don't know. I'm kind of on a de facto no buy right now, just because I just can't. I can't buy makeup. I just don't have the money, and I have other things I desperately need to like deal with money wise before I can buy makeup. So I'm not doing like a structured, you know, like time based no buy. It's really more based on other goals that I'm trying to take care of. So yeah, maybe not as exciting and sexy as a, you know, structured, laid out no buy. It's just more like, I'm just not buying things because I don't have money and I can't. But I thought that it would be fun to do a little project just to make that seem, you know, like less of a restriction and more of like a fun challenge. So I decided to try the No Pan Left Behind challenge, which is basically like you're just trying to use every single eyeshadow pan and single in your collection. And the name, I don't love the name. It's a little like trivializing, like no man left behind, you know, like imagine like a war scenario. And it's just, you know, I don't love the name of the project, but that's what people have been using to call it that. So I first saw Sarah Rose talk about this on her channel, but other people have done it as well, and I don't know who the originator is. But basically, you select a certain number of palettes, and you try to just at least use each shadow in all the palettes you've selected. Once you've used every shadow at least one time, then you can roll the pan out and roll a new one in. And you just kind of keep going through that. And that just seemed a lot more fun to me than like a project pan. Like panning, you know, like hitting pan on particular shadows just never seemed very appealing to me, because I just like to mix it up, and I just feel like trying to do like a project pan would just feel like a drudge, and I don't want to do that. And I might end up feeling that way about No Pan Left Behind too, because there is like certain pans and palettes that I just never go to because I just know I don't really like them, and I think that's okay. Like, it's pretty rare to have a palette where you like every single pan in it. But I just, for the sake of like maybe a creative challenge, or just, yeah, to try to use some things I haven't used before and to really get to know my palettes even better than I do already, that it would be fun. So I did an inventory. So I have a total of 16 palettes, and then singles, so just like Super Shock shadows, liquid shadows, sticks, etc. I have 20 singles. So conveniently enough, those are, you know, divisible, easily divisible numbers. So I, for the first round, selected 4 palettes, and I used the Tiny Decisions app, where you can basically make your own fortune wheel and spin. And unfortunately, you know, I'm doing everything on my phone, including filming, so I can't show like spinning the wheel and having the selections made in real time, even though that's like kind of half the fun. But so I've got my 4 palettes for now. I've got my Naked 2 Mini, and it's just the taupe neutrals. I really like that. And then I've got the 9-pan ColourPop Peach palette, Baby Got Peach, and I'm actually wearing I'm wearing these 3 today on my eyes, as well as a couple from the Urban Decay. And then I've got another It's My Pleasure kind of plum 9-pan palette from ColourPop. And then I've got the 24-pan Machina palette, which I was a little bit like, daunted when that came up first. Not because I don't love it, because I do, but just because it has 24 pans, so it's going to take a while for me to use all of these. I mean, technically, you know, an easy way to do it would just be do 6 looks with each column, but hopefully, you know, I'll get a little more creative with it. And I think for this, I'm probably going to use every shade in this fairly quickly, and I don't want to roll it out just because it's the only neutral that I have, and I just think I need it to really ground the looks. Like I used these 2 Undone and Primal like in my corners, and I actually really like how it turned out. And yeah, so I'm already enjoying the project because, you know, I've been kind of like not vibing with like colorful shadow lately. By that I mean like the last week. I just haven't really, I've just like, if I've wanted to wear shadow, I've wanted to wear neutrals. So I was kind of like about these 2, especially also because these were in like a mystery bundle grab bag, and these are both things that I don't know if I would have like specifically picked. But you know, I actually really enjoyed like figuring out what eye makeup I was gonna wear today, and I don't know if I would have done that if I didn't have this sort of project structured. And then moving on to the singles, so I have 20 singles total, so I decided to do 5, and I guess I'm going to treat that as a palette in and of itself. So like I have to use, let me think about this, I have to use 5, and then I can roll in another 5. So I've got ColourPop REM Super Shock Shadow, which I really love this color actually, so I'm excited to bring that back in to rotation. And I've got the Jelly Much Shadow in All Mine, this kind of pewter color. And then I've got my No Budge Cream Shadow in Golden Rays. And then I've got this shadow stick from Ipsy, this like kind of, I don't know, rosy gold red. And I've got the One Size Matte Eye Popper in the shade, I don't know what shade this is, but I actually really love this shadow too. So, and I do need to go ahead and use it up because I'm afraid it's going to dry out. I've been more tending to like want to reach for powders and palettes lately when I do my eye makeup, and like neglecting this. So I am excited to actually use this again. So yeah, that's the project, and I've got I'm basically tracking it in my, let's see, there's a glare on there. Yeah, I'm tracking it in my Hobonichi, so I'm just making little grids of the palettes and just Xing them off. I'm not gonna make a note of like repeat uses, just because, like, I don't know. The goal is just to use every one at least once, and you know, I know the ones that I want to go back to. So yeah, I guess I'll just continue to update on that. I'm probably not going to show like every look or every iteration of what I end up doing, but I don't know, I'm excited. I think it'll be a way to just play with makeup and hopefully come up with some, you know, creative things or do some things I wouldn't have otherwise done, and without feeling like I need to be paying attention to what's coming out. And I mean, I'll probably still do that, but you know, like, not shop. So yeah, that is my update for the No Pan Left Behind. And if you can come up with it, just for the sake of communication, I guess I'm going to call it that. So, you know, that's fine. But anyway, I hope that you have a good week and you're doing something to take care of yourself and the people around you. And yeah, bye.